Okay, next one's from Michael. And I think, Aaron, you also chimed in on this one. I'm tired of being INFP-Turbulent. I'd like to be INFP-Assertive. Has anyone made this transition? If so, how? Okay, so I think this was one of those threads on this closed group, INFJ INFP development group, and this on Facebook, and this is, you probably got some answers there. I've observed this change in INFPs throughout my life, throughout my career working with INFPs, and it's almost like a rite of passage to INFPs to really claim their own lives. And the fact that you're asking this question to me is just amazing, because it means that you actually are ready. You've matured to a point where you're ready to really take extreme ownership of your space, your own life. I mentioned the book Extreme Ownership in a previous question that I answered. I would recommend that you check that one out. That especially as a male, that you've asked this question as a male. I would recommend that, because this book Extreme Ownership is written by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin, so two guys. And it'll give you, I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the right 100% representation of what you need or how you want to go about it. I'm not saying that, and there might be things there that you disagree with, and that's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. My recommendations whenever I talk about different books or different material is take what works from it. Don't try to utilize something that doesn't feel right for you. Utilize the things that do feel right for you. What happens in this transition from the INFP-Turbulent to INFP-Assertive is you harness those parts of you that perhaps haven't had airtime, that you haven't maybe fully appreciated within yourself, because every person has the capacity to be turbulent or assertive. And so, you might be an INFP assertive and then feel like I want to have more access to my emotions, and that means that you want to make the transition towards turbulent. And when that happens, that's another rite of passage, where, this rite of passage is not about you going from assertive to turbulent, or assertive to turbulent, or turbulent to assertive. It's about rounding yourself up. So it's about balancing yourself. That's the rite of passage. And what happens when you do those, when you work through that rite of passage, is that you will become more of who you are, and you're able to express more of who you are authentically. And of course, INFPs, all about authenticity, all about, being genuine, all about, living a life that's actually ethically right for them. So that is a great one. So how you can make this transition from turbulent to assertive is, first of all, own your shit. Own your stuff. Own who you are. Own your role in every situation that you're in. And practice doing that. One of the challenges that a lot of intuitive types in particular have is that we learn something and we think that we just, by understanding it, we now know it. Now we've learned it. That's just half just knowing a concept is just half of the journey. The other half is just practicing doing it. Your change from turbulent to assertive will be a lifelong transition. The same way as your, transition from assertive to turbulent to get to know yourself more authentically is a lifelong journey. It never ends, because situations never end. So it's not a black and white thing. Being prepared to take this journey and prioritizing yourself and your own vision and your own needs and your own direction in life by saying, I'm committing to myself on a lifelong journey so you're committing to yourself when you commit to taking extreme ownership of who you are and what you do. that commitment is more important than any other relationship, any marriage, any thing to do with your kids. Because if you can't show up as the best version of yourself, you're not helping other people. So that's where it starts. Extreme ownership. Take extreme ownership of who you are, and what you have to offer to yourself, to the people around you, and to the world. And that is the common denominator that any INFP that I've seen make this transition has had. They're taking the ownership, and then they hold themselves accountable. So you don't just go, oh, I'm taking ownership of this, but I'm still blaming other people. That's not how it works. You take ownership of it and you sort the things out.